Hi lovies, and welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda's channel. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. Alright lovelies, let's dive in into today's video. Lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok, and I thought to share with you guys where Obama is actually receiving backlash to the fact that he is telling black men, most especially, to vote for Kamala. And black men actually, responded to, this, and I was just able to put up some of those stitches. I'm just going to roll the clip as well as other stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We just here for educational purposes. Alright lovelies, let's dive in.
Not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers. When you have a choice that is this clear, when on the one hand you have somebody who grew up like you, knows you, went to college with you, understands the struggles and pain and joy that comes from those experiences, who's had to work harder and do more and overcome, and you're coming up with all kinds of reasons and excuses. Part of it makes me think that, well, you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president. And so now you're thinking about sitting out or even supporting somebody who has a history of denigrating you because you think that's a sign of strength, because that's what being a man is, putting women down. That's not acceptable.
So Barack Obama was in Pittsburgh and he had a few words to say about black men. Black men aren't excited to vote for Kamala Harris. We aren't excited to vote for her. Why do you think that, Barack? Is it because that she is drop step with one of the worst presidents we've ever had? Is it that she was the border czar and didn't do anything about the migrants coming over? Is it because she has to read from a teleprompter every time she does a rally or does something like that? Is it because black men are just saying, you know what, maybe I want to vote a different way? Why is it that every time we have an issue, you got to attack us, Barack? You don't do the white man like that. You don't do Asians like that. You don't do Hispanics like that. But when it comes to the black man, if we don't vote one way, then y'all want to attack us. Barack, just let us have our vote. If we want to vote Trump, we vote Trump. We vote hers, we vote hers. Just let us have our vote, honestly.
Yo, listen, I'm sure by now you've heard the amazing words from Barack Obama from last night's rally, where he talked about not only getting out the vote, but making sure that you remember why you were voting. But he also talked about January 6th and how Donald Trump did not care about the well-being and concern of then Vice President Mike Pence. And so basically, if Donald Trump didn't care about Mike Pence, what makes you think he's going to care about you? And that is the God's honest truth. I mean, Donald Trump cares about Donald Trump and maintaining power for himself. He does not care about you. That's why we need to get out and vote for Kamala Harris. But before I do that, look at this amazing scenery. I'm in Capri, Italy. Whew. It's so beautiful here.
If Donald Trump does not care that a mob might attack his own vice president, do you think he cares about you? Pennsylvania, we do not need 4 more years of that. We don't need 4 more years of arrogance and bumbling and bluster and division. America's ready to turn the page. We are ready for a better story, one that helps us work together instead of turning against each other. Pennsylvania, we're ready for President Kamala Harris.
Why are black men being lectured to? Why are black men being belittled in ways that no other voting group? Now, a lot of love for former President Obama, but for him to single out black men is wrong. And some of the black men that I have talked to have their reasons why they want to vote a different way. And even if some of us may not like that, we have to respect it. So unless President Barack Obama is going to go out and lecture every other group of men from other identity groups, my message for Democrats is don't bring it here to black men who, by and large, don't vote much differently from black women. And what, as a politician, we should be trying to get all voters to vote. And hopefully there are a few good men out there who do care about the stripping away of some of women's bodily autonomy. But this is wrong for President Obama. It is a wrong course for the Harris-Walz campaign to lay at the feet of black men when they have their reasons.
So what y'all think about this? Was it kind of inappropriate the way Obama was kind of coming at black men, lecturing and scorning them about why they need to be voting for Harris and all of that? What you think? I mean, should we expect to see him maybe come out and scorn all the white men and tell them, you know, give them a lecture about why they need to be voting for Harris as well, or all the Mexican men? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, he's definitely one of the best surrogates they got. So let us know, drop it in the comments. It's your boy.
To former President Obama, I understand the reservations he might have for the lack of enthusiasm and a lack of excitement for Kamala Harris as there was during his time when he was running as a presidential candidate. But I would say this. They're not the same candidates. Same way I would give up that there might be some men, some black men, who might be a victim of the patriarchy rather than actually not looking at Kamala Harris as a very qualified candidate. At the end of the day, though, you are not Kamala Harris, and Kamala Harris is not you. Enthusiasm would be nice, but the numbers show that former President Barack Obama is speaking to the wrong audience, right? The stats show this. At every turn, on almost every single election, whether it's a presidential election or Senate seats, it shows that black men and black women, black people, period, turn out for the Democratic Party at a very high rate. The people you should be speaking to, or you should be lecturing to, and having this same type of, I guess, energy towards are non-black people. But I guess this is where we are as far as what politics now, right? We're very far removed from changing anyone's mind, right? We're at the point now where we're just trying to make sure we don't lose where we have a strong hold, right? So we're trying to make sure that, you know, the 85% of black men that used to vote for you doesn't change to 80. Because if that was not the case, President Obama would be at every single, conference where there's a majority white women and a majority white men, and would be pleading to them the same exact thing he's pleading to black men, which is, hey, Donald Trump didn't grow up like you. Kamala Harris, regardless of color, is the one that grew up more like you from this type of home and etc. But he's not doing that because we are low-key admitting something, which is America is completely divided, and we're just trying to make sure we don't lose an inch. As far as lack of enthusiasm is concerned, and what's driving maybe some of this panic, I think it's just a bunch of contrarian, sort of extreme right-wing black men who have a voice online and tend to grift that are actually probably not gonna vote and really are just sharing same talking points as, you know, the red pill community. They're parroting talking points about who wrote the stimulus checks out and what the economy was like, and really just parroting a lot of fake news as well, right? So if I were the president, I'll probably be a little more careful. Let's keep Kamala Harris sounding like a very qualified candidate. To the people that you are going to lose to just simply because of sexism, it is what it is. But what you don't want to do is not only anger the strong base that you have as black men, and there are going to be some black women ready to stand up and say, hey, wait a minute, we're not the group you should be talking to. There's a group you should be talking to. And the numbers show that right there. That's where the split happens. unfortunately, for keeping it real, they're the ones that decide the election.
Black man, you voting for Kamala Harris? Because you know Obama told you to. Let's talk about it. So yesterday, Barack Obama decided it was a good idea to come out of his house, save Kamala Harris's sinking ship in Pittsburgh, and talk shit about Trump for a few minutes, and then gather a bunch of black men behind signage that says black male voters, and basically tell them, you better vote for Kamala Harris. The numbers are not looking good, and especially amongst the brothers. You guys supported me when I was running, and I expect you to support her. I expect you to vote for Kamala Harris. It's the audacity for me. First of all, you can't tell any black man what to do ever. That's first of all. Second of all, when is he massa? When is he gonna think that he could go in front of a bunch of black men and tell them what to do? Like, is that what we're doing right now? Like, who made him in charge of what black men do or don't do? So the small percentage of black men who were either going to vote for Kamala Harris or were leaning and undecided but leaning towards her, they're absolutely not going to vote for Kamala Harris. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to vote for Trump, but they're for sure not voting for her. So whatever their little plan was to like play in the emotions of black people or make black men feel like they can't make their own damn decisions, that backfired. It's all over the internet. Barack Obama, that was a bad move. It was a bad move. You did nothing for black men back in the day. So how do you get to come out being like a billionaire telling black men who are working their asses off to pay for things and take care of their families that they better do as you say? Wow. Come in the comments, repost and share this and tell.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about why Barack Obama went out and started complaining about how black men are not voting for Camilla. I hope I pronounced her name right. I feel like I know the reason as to why. Honestly speaking, if Donald Trump just had a little two-cent and he didn't speak about immigration, I would have voted for him. And it's nothing racism about that. It's just like, I just feel like she's just talking, and I feel like she's not really considering the people that. No, I don't agree with the fact that we should abort a baby. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with the fact that we should own guns, because a lot of school shooting nowadays is due to parents having to own guns. And also, I feel like she's too focused on women. And I'm just like, okay, men matter too. Where are the policies that you're gonna change when you get, like, a lot of black men, they get shot because, like, due to police brutality, and I feel like she's not really talking about that. So I really feel like there's reasons as to why, you know, Barack Obama should have went and talked and reasoned, and actually went out and asked these black men as to the reason as to why they're not voting for her. I feel like they have some valid points. Like, she's really too focused on women. She should stop focusing on women, and focus on both genders. Because a lot of times nowadays, it's all about women. Enough is enough. Men matter too, especially black men. They matter too. I have not seen one president talk about, you know, I'm gonna make this, and I'm gonna make sure, you know, we investigate, we get into the police departments and talk about this and train them more. I'm not seeing none of that. So, well, I understand why black men are not voting for her. Mr. Barack Obama, you should not be complaining, sir. Me, I'm not voting for any of them because I don't agree with a lot of things that she's talking about. And I also do not agree with, you know, Donald Trump, because he's talking about immigration, and I'm just like, bye. All of them, I'm just gonna say bye. Bye. Thank you.
I would really like to know why, when it's election season, Obama sees fit to always punch down on black folk, and specifically black men. I am quite befuddled that somehow our community takes the rap for the Democratic Party's lack of reading the goddamn room. And when it comes to the conditions of black folks in the United States of America, no matter who has been in office or even held the majority of Congress, black people's conditions have stayed the exact same, and in some areas have gotten worse. And then to use this trope as somehow black men just don't want to see a woman as president is absolutely insane. I have never once seen this party address white men and white women and their complicity in upholding the oppressive systems against black and brown folks in the United States. This is why I'm not mad at people opting out of voting, because we have literally fought for the rights of ourselves and everybody else in this damn country, and still the finger gets pointed at us. And at the same time, no one is ever willing to put in plans and policies that positively impact black people in America.
Anyways, the internet has actually been on crisis to the fact that, Obama went out yesterday. I think he went for a rally, and he actually endorsed, Kamala and all of that. And he now noticed that, people there, or the voters coming out from that place, or the supporters coming out from there, are actually low. And, black men are drastically so low in terms of supporting her. So he was like, he decided to go out to meet, some group of black men, and he was like addressing them, trying to like give them the reason why, he feels that they should actually vote for her. They went ahead to talk about how she have passed through whatsoever they have passed through in terms of maybe oppression, in terms of discrimination, or the way at which the system have been treating them for a very long time. He also went ahead to tell them how not to, be looking at the fact that she is a woman, she is this and that, like all of the goodness that he has to say about her. And black man was like, how? Like, why would you tell us what to do? Hey, people are just reacting to the fact that, some people are like, when he was president, he never did anything for black men, or he never did anything for black people, People got a lot of negative things to say concerning the fact that he has to tell them to, vote. Like, he has no right to do that they were going to vote for her or choose not to vote for her because they want to actually make their own decision, and they don't want anyone going around telling them what to do, because nobody actually give a dime about them. I think this is the reason why people are just, oh my God, why will you tell us who to vote and who not to vote? Like, when you were president, you never did nothing. Like, people were like, when I saw some of the, reactions, a lot of people even went ahead to like, oh my God, like, you are like so many things. And the thing is that a lot of people are just like, people are like, both the two parties are just same people. Like, the two parties are not even something that people should, put their hopes on. Like, and another thing is that it's not as if these two people are the only two people or two parties or two whatever that is contesting for this, presidential election. There are other ones, and people are complaining to the fact that the system has only brought these two, these two parties, making the other ones as if they are not important. But there are other parties. But some people still have this opinion of, trying to manage lesser evil, like when you are faced with two people, because people are like, even if you don't vote for one of these two and you decide to vote for every other one, that these two, one of them will actually become one of the, you know what it is. Then people are just so confused to the fact that it's better for them to actually analyze to see the lesser evil for them to vote. Since even if they don't vote for either of these two, they might eventually, become, one of them might eventually become the president, either you like it or not. Like, this thing is just so complicated. But the bottom contention is that black men, or some black men or black women, do not like the fact that Obama has to come out to tell them what not on what to do, because they feel that when he was in the said position, he never did nothing for them. So why is he now telling them that they are actually, they have the right to vote for whosoever that they feel that is right? Why some people are still angry to the fact that he made this statement, and this statement might even cause some black men that actually wanted to vote for Kamala, then they might draw back or try to have some kind of, drawing back to not to vote even at all. So this got internet reacting. People are like canceling him. People are smiling. People are like, oh my God, just get off it. What do you take black people for? We are tired of, that is what people are saying, like commentaries. I'm just seeing all of the backlashes, and seriously, lovelies, I totally understand from all of their perspectives. Like, enough is enough. That's one thing about that's why, this election of a thing is something that is so shaky. Nobody knows who is going to be the Messiah, who is going to help. Like, people are even scared of maybe putting hopes high on someone, and this person will still disappoint you. So you wouldn't even blame these people if they're having a drawback, because even as black people, some black celebrities have this thing of, when they are up high there, they really do not care about the other black people. Like, it's just complicated. So if anyone is getting angry, if anyone is trying to express themselves of how they are so tired of, you shouldn't blame them, because like, as it is, black people are still the ones that will still be at the receiving end, whether good government or bad government. Black people will still be the ones to receive it. That is why it's as if there has been some kind of misunderstanding, some kind of misfeelings. Some people are just even confused of what to do at this point. Like, seriously, and you wouldn't blame them, because a lot has happened. People just want to be careful. They don't want to do something that will worse it off. So it's better to do something that will make it better, or something that will just keep it the way it is. So it's either it gets better, or it's the way it is. It's better compared to it get worse. So that is why I feel a lot of people are trying to, shuffle it before making their own final decision. Anyway, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We're just here for educational and informative purposes. If you're not subscribed to this channel up to this extent, please do your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.
Estelle, why not just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational purposes. So please share this video, subscribe if you're yet to do that, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.